And welcome back, Pauper people. Paupergeddon day one, but not yet because we are first taking a look at the finals of the top Pauper player held yesterday. So
Yes.
we are gonna see Walls combo against Azorius Kogate.
Yes,
And
this will be an amazing final. So this will be the champion of the Top Power Player 2024. And then we will start from the turn 2 of the Paupergeddon with a lot of friends, a lot of other casters, amazing casters. I hope that you enjoyed the cast of yesterday. And yeah, what do you think about the matchup? That's an interesting point.
well, this matchup clearly sucks for Azorius Kogate.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about if you're talking about Walls Cascade instead of Walls combo, it is clear. It isn't really as clear as Walls combo against Azorius Kogate because there's a little more changes for Kogate to overcome the pressure that the Cascade creatures can put on the battlefield
Yeah.
against Kogate. Kogate is kind of the deck built to play around aggressive strategies, and Cascade Walls, even though these are still a combo deck,
Yeah.
even though this is still a combo deck, is still reliant on a bit down gameplay.
Yeah, I think that the new card, the new addition from Modern Horizon 3, the Traven Charm can deal well
Yeah, that's for
in
sure.
this matchup. Can help in that in sort of situation where you have to destroy something like an X-Bane Guardian
That's
or
an additional removal spell, so
if you can
any removal spell can help you
yes.
fighting big creatures or the mana ramp creatures.
Now it has some efficient removal, so respect the blast. It's better.
Yeah, Journey to Nowhere is still good, but just having Journey to Nowhere is probably not enough.
Yeah. So today we expect something like something about 700 people. The event is sold out, so we will see if everyone comes. we expect a huge another record, a huge tournament. The room is full of people. There are a lot of artists. There are a lot of content creator, and also we have Gavin. It is
Emma Partlow and
Emma
Mirko
Partlow.
Ciolatta from the Pauper
Oh,
format
wow,
panel.
wow.
Do you know him? Is the only Italian person in the Pauper format panel.
We have like half of the Power Format panel at this event, so this is amazing. And yeah, another point is that in this event, for the first time, we have Gavin Ferry that will play the event. So it will be very, very interesting, and also for all the players that can play with a senior game designer from Wizard.
Yeah. So instead of having Aizen 01 taking the top 8, we'll likely maybe see Gavin taking the top 8.
I give him my place, my
Yeah,
spot
you
in the
pasted
tournament.
the baton to Gavin. Like, do you know the Olympic discipline? I don't remember the English name.
Yeah. So yesterday we tested a lot with Gavin. So you played a lot of
Kogate,
matches.
Dimmer Terror against Mardusint.
Yeah.
And Kogate is still well placed, I guess. If decks like Mardusint and Grixis Affinity are maybe usually represented in this metagame. I mean, after all, decks like Mardu or Boros with Synthesizer and also Grixis Affinity are the most beloved strategies in Italy. At least in Italy. I'm not sure about people from other countries because Paupergeddon is now an international event, as you can also see by the amount of players joining together
Absolutely.
here in Pisa. But, formats and games like MTG usually tend to have a metagame, which in competitive events is kind of homologated. I mean, people tend to choose the strategies that they think are the most suited for the right moment, and so a metagame is then basically decided by every player that
Yeah.
plays that event. And
So, what do you think about the meta game of today? We expect a meta seems like yesterday, or a
well,
little bit.
I kind of hope to not see that many Ponza decks as
Yeah,
we were
that's for
able to
sure.
see.
That's true. That's true. We can remember that yesterday there was the 14% of Ponza deck, and the second most played deck. We have two decks, Colgate and
Forget and
Affinity
Affinity
Grixis.
played about by the same amount of players, so
Yeah.
10% each. And from my point of view, or at least I think that Ponza was the most played deck yesterday because people wanted to test it since Ponza seems like to be the strongest deck
Yeah.
by just a week because Modern Horizon 3 was released only
2 weeks ago.
yeah, two
Yeah.
or 3 weeks ago. So we are still early in the current metagame.
Absolutely, yes. It can be. Okay, we
Okay,
have.
They gave the signal, so we are now starting with the match. So
This is the final of the top Pauper Player 2024. So we will have soon a champion of this event.
And just to let you know, the top Power Player event is an invitational event, free to play, and you can enroll it only if you have a top heated in the previous year in a Paupergeddon, or if you win an international Pauper tournament or a final of a local league.
That's right.
In this event, the first two players got each a bye for the first round of the Paupergeddon, so
Yeah.
that's the reason why
Plus
our
the glory.
players
Plus
Yeah.
the eternal glory, because
For-
you have the
and,
trophy of the top Pauper Player. That is amazing.
yeah,
Amazing.
and also I guess additional prizes, not only
Yes,
the-
but the best
the trophy.
prizes is the glory, the eternal glory. You will remember it in forever. So
yeah, like isn't it one?
yeah, I think so. I think so.
And that's basically the reason why you are watching this final right at this day, at the first day of the Paupergeddon instead of the turn one. All right. So Simone Leda is playing Azer's Kogate,
Yeah,
and on the other side of the tables there is David Perotti,
Perotti.
Ephraim Perotti.
Yeah.
David Perotti is another MTG player
Okay.
with Walls Cascade.
So in game one, we can see that Waltz combo is mulligan a lot. Is I think it's to 5, so 5 right now, and this is half of the plan of Cowgates because the matchup is not very good, and half of the matchup is to mulligan, force your opponent to mulligan into nowhere. So
Yeah, you can see that when your matchup is so unfavorited, you just hope that your opponent can't be able
Yeah.
to find the right card or to be able to play.
you need to hope that your single removal or your single counter could be enough. Usually not, but in this case,
So
maybe it could be.
so maybe they're just hoping that your opponent doesn't draw enough copies of Urgot Battlement or
Yeah.
X-Men Guardian, then kill it and stop them from being able to play too many creatures per turn. You know, usually Walls Cascade against every deck. Its game plan is landing a couple of Overgrowth Battlement and X-Men Guardian, then thanks to the huge amount of mana generated by the defender, mana ramp creatures, flooding the board state with cascade creatures like Birding Party and Altisar, and also other big threats like Avenging Hunter, the initiative creature, and Genor's Int, or eventually Uli Found if they play some weird choice cycling creature. I mean, weird just because the stock list, the Wolf's Cascade stock list plays for Genor's Int, but usually they don't play any more cycling creatures.
Yeah.
So we have
Okay, we are starting.
we are finally starting, and there's nothing.
So a classic start with a gate, tapped gate, go, and in the opposite side we have a lot of mana.
That's a good start from Wolf's Cascade.
And I think only one card left, so it has to be a draw spell, or the game cannot go.
Oh, right, because they mull it down to 5.
Yeah.
And already deployed all their and by turn 2. Because
also the Modern Age, they take all the advantage by discarding a Sacred Cut. Combo turn 3 could be cool.
Would be cool, but this
is not
deck list is Wolf's Cascade. Not the combo
it's not full
version.
combo oriented.
Not the combo version with Fred from the Real, Galvanic Alchemist, and Shubo Sentinel.
Now it could be funny to see a combo piece.
do you have on hand the deck list of the Wolves combo player? Because just take a look of the sideboard. Maybe they have the combo in their sideboard, because certain times Wolves Cascade favor the combo in certain matchups. So there's a transformational sideboard plan. Wow. Mull to 5 into turn 2 Battlement into turn 3 Altisar. Eventually the Altisar,
it put a lot of pressure.
Didn't really find anything relevant, just a Timberwall, which is probably really bad right now. They have at least one huge creature that requires a Journey to Nowhere to be dealt with.
Because in this moment, the Drum and Charm doesn't do anything. So you can see how, thanks to the Modern Age, he is able to dig a lot.
Anyway, we can see Perotti sideboard, and there is indeed the transformational sideboard game plan with Rift of Phantasm, Galvanic Alchemist from the Real, etc.
Discard Spell Pierce, that is a really unnecessary card in this matchup.
Well, when your opponent is...
And there is the Journey to Nowhere.
Tap a single creature to generate 3 mana.
So we are free from the clock, but now the Perotti player is on top deck mode. But every card can be...
So the Stampede seems like...
No, X-Men Guardian, lots of mana.
They tap for
4 mana.
And tap a Forest. And
another Cascade.
And
no, Avenging Hunter. Maybe worst.
Well, yeah, because Modern Age can't attack it next turn. So
look at the huge dungeon.
Oh, that's the dungeon sold by Mezzocello and Friends.
Yeah.
One of our sponsor.
Yep.
If I remember correctly.
Yep.
Also seller here at the location. They produce tokens and other objects helpful for your game at Magic.
So now there is the initiative on board, and it is a huge problem. It is a very huge problem.
At this point, every minis is really...
Every time that you see initiative with an empty board on the opposite side, it's a real problem.
And if you can see the Kogate hand, there isn't really anything irrelevant in their hand.
Yeah. So for now, only one another. He requires another journey, but the point is,
Initiative generate a lot of pressure every
yeah,
turn. So unless you kill the Avenging Hunter or have a prismatic strength, even if you're still there, initiative, you are not changing the game. So
yeah, that's for sure.
on the Twitch chat, they are asking if we have a list of top 8 and who was playing Broad Scale. Glee combo, Broad Scale combo, was played by Elia Morgese. Was the classic. Classic. I mean, the deck is pretty new, so it is
Yeah.
still early to say classic or new or innovative deck list, but that was the Golgari version, more centered on the combo instead of the Jand version with Cleansing Wildfire
Yeah.
and Writing Chrysalis.
So the world combo player goes to the Scryture room in order to find something to continue to generate value. And now there is a
there's
boarding party. Big threats.
Cascading,
Big threats.
another not relevant creature.
No, this is not too much relevant, but now we have to see.
Take a look at the players staking the spells on the.
A huge counter spell here.
Just
Huge
thanks.
counter spell here. Now, there is nothing with reach, so that Vector Glider can try to steal the initiative.
Mhm.
And now, if there is a Prismatic Strand on the opposite side, it could be a really good turning point
Yeah.
for this matchup.
Even though.
Also, he is
was
able
key.
to search for a basic that in this moment could be very important.
Even though Wolf's Cascade is still favorited,
Yeah,
maybe the Azorius Gate can be lucky. And
wow. There is Basilisk Gate. Basilisk Gate
double
is...
Basilisk Gate is clearly what can make the difference.
Because the point is, there are five gates on board, and he will try to steal the initiative, take a basic land, and the next turn he is able to give +10/+10 to a creature.
That's relevant.
So that's really relevant. So if the Waltz combo player will not draw any important spells next turn, it can be tough.
Take a look at that. They're pumping their Secret Cat with Basilisk Gate to get back some lives.
Yeah.
So trying to prevent the opponent to kill them with the trap room of the initiative.
Yeah.
But thanks to that Thunder Roll, that seemed really helpless, really bad when cascaded with Annoyed Altisar, they're preventing Kogate from getting 6 life.
Yeah.
So instead of having a prismatic strength preventing the combat damage, we have a Thunder Roll preventing the combat damage because they sacrificed it before the Sacred Cat dealt the combat damage, preventing it from getting the life gain.
Absolutely. Now the Kogate players has the sixth land in hand. So next turn he will be able to give +10/+10 to maybe a Flyers. Another X-Wing Guardian, so nothing too much relevant.
Doesn't really matter here.
Yeah.
And they now can attack with both Avenging Hunter and Quirrell Ranger. I wonder if this is the right choice to attack with both creatures because, Quirion, can be good to have a creature with vigilance.
Yeah.
Even though in reality, against an opponent with only flying creatures, doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But if they take 6 damage, then
the third room in that direction of initiative is not that relevant.
Because they're not going to trap because they choose to scry 2 instead of putting the 2+1/+1.
But it was the right choice because if he scry searching for a threats, it can be good.
Well, when your opponent has a flying creature and you don't have any cards in hand, you
Yeah.
probably just want to have a more threat on the battlefield, more creatures able to attack and deal extra damage.
Yeah, I feel like statistically it can be the right choice in the major of situation.
That's for sure.
So now we will see if he will try to gain some life again, or he will try to simply push damage on board.
So they
Another
have
s-
an island in hand,
Yeah.
right? Fetch it with the
Yeah.
initiative.
Another possibility is that you can use only one Basilisk Gate to deal a lot of damage, and then if you have a Prismatic Strand, it can be an end game.
Yeah, that probably is the wisest choice here.
Yeah,
They're still on initiative.
for sure is the safest.
Hmm.
But it depends by the
What they have in
Prismatic
hand.
Strand if there is or not.
If they not have prismatic strands, maybe going full out on Secret Cat would be the wisest choice.
Yeah.
Maybe not pushing up or
Pumping
only
the Sacred Cat.
but you can give a lot of you can also make bigger the Vector Leader or the Squadron Oak.
Reading the chat, no, because the opponent block with the Tinder Wall and then sacrifice to not make the opponent gain some life. So it was a really cool play. So he pumped the two creatures. So now we have a big Sacred Cat and a big Squadron Oak. The Squadron Oak will deal some damage for sure, and the Sacred Cat is hoping to gain time.
Yeah,
Gain time.
6 lives.
Yeah.
So that's mean you are basically time walking here.
Yeah. And I think that I
Avenging
feel
Hunter is
like
just 5 damage.
if the
So,
opponent will not draw any rich creature, the game could be over.
yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, Wolf's Cascade plays 4 copies of Wind and Wave and 4 copies of Lady Stampede. So it is
Wow,
just
another land on
a
top.
matter on whom many draw spell you find on the top.
So that was the plan of Colgate. Make your opponent mulligan to 5 and then try to steal the game.
Next
He
initiative. So fire that initiative, fire it back. But even without the initiative, probably.
Yeah,
the game was-
very well played from the side of Colgate and a little bit unlucky for Waltz combo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we are expecting Wolf's Cascade to bring in the Fruit from the Real combo game plan. I mean, Cascade could be good, but the interaction from Azur's Colgate is not as much as you may expect
Yeah.
from decks like, just to say, Golgari Gardens. So just comboing off could be very much better compared to casting an Anoid Altisar, Interboarding Party, or whatever, and trying to push the damage against an opponent with flying creatures that are maybe bigger than yours, and also against a deck featuring 4 copies of Secret Cat is
Yeah.
probably not the wisest choice.
I mind if the Colgate player will think about the combo that the opponent can put inside the deck from sideboard and try to main deck some Red Elemental Blast to deal
Well-
with the infinite combo.
Yeah, if you know that your opponent is playing Freedom from the Real and
Yeah.
Galvanic Alchemist, you are most likely forced to bring in a Red Elemental Blast. If they don't know about the combo game plan from Wolf's Cascade, probably a Red Elemental Blast, you are not playing it.
Yeah.
Because there's no reason to bring a dead card like Red Elemental Blast again, and you favor more Hydro Blast because you can counter or kill creatures like Boarding Party
Tuk
or
Tuk.
Bloodright Invoker or even Tuk Tuk Rubblefort. And Tuk Tuk Rubblefort is probably the main difference between Cascade Walls and Combo Walls. Yeah, both decks play the Ace Defender creature, but you can say that Tuk Tuk matters much more on the Cascade deck because it is especially good in a deck that try to win with the combat damage.
I think so. I think so. That's right. I don't see any too much hate against the Waltz combo from the side of Colgate. So he has to steal another game on. But Waltz combo is not one of the most consistent deck. So it can be
Well,
a plan.
After the print of Chivalry Sentinel,
Yeah.
the combo became so much better compared to the Cascade gameplay that, from my point of view, there's not many reasons to play Waltz Cascade anymore over combo Waltz. But as you can see, Perotti and the other Waltz players in this top 8 were of another opinion. I mean, they both played Cascade, and if I remember correctly, even the other Waltz combo players was playing the transformational sideboard plan in its sideboard. So we are back to playing Cascade with an alternative gameplay on game 2 back again. And that's something that...
they did it right, because they are in top 8. So
we are so back to a metagame with combo and Punza like right after the print of Commander Legend Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
So Modern Horizon 3 is just back to the future match, back to the future.
yeah, that was a good one. So it will be an interesting game too. And again, after this match, we will return. We will be back with the second round of the Paupergeddon 700 players tournament, and we hope to have the meta breakdown after that. Few minutes. We have people that are working for that,
free, yeah,
and we are trying to put pressure. Just looking them.
The Italian Pauper League basically hired some slaves to do the dirty jobs.
Yes. But they are fast, but 700 players are a lot. So we hope that no less than, not over the turn 3, we will have the meta breakdown, and we will speak about the difference respect the top Pauper player and the Paupergeddon meta game. We hope to see a different meta. A little bit different meta. We don't know if only one day could be enough to change something, but seeing the results, it could be.
Yeah, I think that in the top Pauper player tournament, most players tried some decks that they thought good, but not good enough for the main event of the Paupergeddon. So it was mostly a testing tournament, hoping to get good information on the metagame and on the decks that they tried, and eventually change the deck or still going with their main choice for that.
To reply to the chat, they both have a buy, so they are going to play the Paupergeddon since the turn 2, and the winner of this, I know that one of the two players have just one buy, and if he will win this the crown of the top Pauper player 2024, he will get the second buy. So for the turn 2 of this Paupergeddon, it could be an amazing result.
Mm-hmm. But they get a crown like your life crown, like a king.
Like a king.
Okay, so we are making Yeah. And, our friends just showed up the
We,
crown.
we have
and,
a small crown like this. You cannot see too much, but yes,
The
this
Pauper.
is.
Because we are playing Pauper, and with the crown we are both the Pauper and the king, like the fairy tale.
Yeah.
That's good.
So now we have Colgate is mulligan to 6, but now the game is starting. Land plus Queer Ranger, a good start against Ponza, but this is not the matchup. Another start, another classic start with tapped gate and stop. So Colgate is always to trying to follow the opponent. Every game you start. Your opponent start better every time, and then you have to recover every game. This is the final. This is the final. So Squadron Oak, it could be the best card to recover back after a mulligan.
So they're fetching 3 copies of Squadron Oak, I guess,
And he's just discarding in hand.
Second
He is discarding because you have like
They
8 cards in hand. That is illegal.
I see.
Yeah.
Didn't know. I paid the mana for that many cards. Why I should this? Why I'm forced to discard?
Yes. So now we will see if the Waltz combo player will start better than the last match with Overground Battlement on board plus Quirion on turn 2. He is able to simply take your hand and put the hand on the board if he has good interactions. So
Yeah, it's also time for the Wolves combo player
yeah.
to show us if they are playing their transformational side instead of the Cascade one at this point, because they may have something like X-Men Guardian or Kill Folder.
Look how many mana you can produce in this turn. This is just turn 3. This is only turn 3. Another X-Bane. Okay. Wow. Only one card left.
So seems like a starting end with a lot of mana ramp, but no real payoff. And
now every draw of a payoff could be
that's
could be huge.
I mean, if they have kept the Cascade creatures at this point, any boarding party or Avenging Hunter can be a real deal. But if Colgate as a counter spelling end on the other side can be a Little Stampede or an Avenging Hunter, that doesn't really matter.
So from now, the Colgate player must stay open to one counterspell at least.
That's for sure. They are tapping for mana with only 1 card in hand. No, 2 cards. Oh, there's an Avenging Hunter.
This is the first payoff.
And kind of surprising. I mean,
yes. With a flying creature on the opposite side.
I guess it's just hoping for for Colgate to take the bait and counter the initiative, so they can resolve something better.
Yeah. Now it can be a difficult situation starting from now, because the opponent is able to steal every turn the initiative. So it will be like a ping pong game every turn with initiative. And
Well, in my opinion, this initiative is very bad against Colgate, thanks to the flying creature from the side of Colgate. There's a Brainstorm in the end step, and the cool part about the Brainstorm against an initiative deck is that you can shuffle your top deck after brainstorming when you fetch for your basic land.
Yes. So this is a really cool interaction.
Something like Modern or Vintage, when you have your fetch land, so you can fetch for free, and
This
get a
is
shuffle effect that doesn't require any
yeah.
real
This
mana
is
cost.
better respect legacy. Even better.
Yeah,
Even
because you're
better.
not
Because the power
paying any
level of
life.
Pauper is quite high.
Yeah,
So we can be proud of that.
we are still legal initiative creatures.
Yeah.
Like in Legacy, actually.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
in Pauper, they banned more initiative cards compared to Legacy, so it's clear that Pauper is more powerful.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Now, what do you think? What do you think about this situation? If the Kogate player has a removal for that
Magic Hunter.
dragon creature, you can
Dragon Ranger,
yeah
like a Power Ranger, but bigger
yeah bigger.
and with more scales.
Maybe with a counter spell back to counter maybe a payoff that the opponent can draw. It can be
Well, I just hope for the Colgate player to have a Joy to Nowhere in their hand.
Yeah.
So they attack with Squadron Oak. They steal the initiative and then kill the Avenging Hunter. So there isn't anymore the big chunky trampled creature on the battlefield. So they can keep their initiative.
yeah, that's for sure.
Well, Symes already in game one was unlucky and didn't draw enough payoffs. I suppose it can happen even 2 games in a row. So
Yeah.
it's still open the game.
But that's the point. You have a lot of mana dork, a lot of way to ramp, and then you have to draw your payoff every time. Because one single payoff is not enough, usually. And then you have to try to find your cascade spell and continue to draw other, maybe card draw, like Winding Way or stuff like that. Make a 3-for-1, a 4-for-1.
Yeah, at this point of the game, I guess it's a matter of who draws first, Basilisk Gate,
Yeah.
or how many rivals find Kogate. So, from what I can see, I'll say that it is just a matter on how many good cards can Kogate draw,
Yeah.
instead of how many good cards can draw Cascade Walls. Because Cascade has probably more annoying cards compared to the answers of
Yeah.
Kogate. And it's also a matter on if Kogate kept the Prismatic Strength or if they bring it in the cards like Pyroblast, because seems like
Wow. That's the
or-
new card. That's the
yeah,
new card.
because Avenging Hunter is a 5/4,
Yeah.
and Turban Charm with 2 Squadron Oaks on the battlefield deals
4 damage.
damage because it doubles up the amount of creatures you have. Basically, I mean, this kind of effect usually deals damage equal to the amount of creatures you have on the battlefield.
Yeah.
In the case of Turban Charm, is double the amount of creatures.
But now we can see, okay, there is a lead of Stampede, so
Alright,
he can start to make his own advantage.
Now we know what was for that bait with the Avenging Hunter.
Yeah.
And there's both initiative and the combo.
Only true card. He is able to make infinite mana, but the real question is, does he have a payoff or
Yeah,
not?
Mana burn.
Yeah,
No. Oh no. Mana burn doesn't exist anymore.
it's not a thing anymore.
So
no.
it can't kill itself with the mana burn. There's
Winding
Winding
Way.
Okay, so he was lucky enough to find double divination on the top deck, and there's a drift of
Ooh.
phantasm.
So I think that the game is over.
game is over for sure.
So for sure, the last
Yeah,
tour with
the last-
initiative was for sure a bait, and now we can see that the world combo player played very well.
Deviant's Grizzly.
Now he is able to make infinite mana
Okay.
plus Okay,
Yeah, there's
he
no reason
can search for Valakut Invoker and deal infinite damage in this turn.
No reason to fetch for Valakut to
That
Grizzly here. Just Valakut Invoker is fine. But
that's the point
mhm,
of having the combo inside the deck, because in a matchup like this, when the interaction is not too much height, you can you can simply combo off in one single turn. Even if you are behind in the game, you can simply say, "Okay, I'm going to the combo
mhm.
and deals infinite damage. That's it."
So we were able to see our defenders player bringing in the combo,
Yeah.
which is better against faster decks like Buggles, any kind of aggro deck, I guess, like decks like Ponza,
Yeah.
Goblin Combo, Altartron, and also against decks with low interaction like
Absolutely.
Hugit. But they also kept some cards from the alternative gameplay, so from the Cascade gameplay, and we were able to see Venging Hunter, which,
I think that
weird enough, is also the weakest card you can play against Kogate, because Kogate can steal the initiative. So
I feel like the Colgate's player is thinking about, oh, okay, I can
yeah,
see some red elemental blast.
it's switching some card from the sideboard and main deck.
Yes,
Uh,
I think
it
that he
chooses
didn't
to,
expect the combo
yeah, seems
maybe on
like.
turn on game 2. So now he's changing and he's trying to fix this problem and have a good plan against the World's combo player. Now start from being on the play can be a really important part of this game.
That's for sure. I mean, Colgate has a low mana curve
Yeah,
compared to other decks, but is still it still has a lot of spells costing 2 mana. A
yeah,
deck with a huge amount of tapped land, and that means that Colgate basically plays one turn slower compared to most opponents.
yeah.
And you know, when your opponent says, "Oh well, I have a turn to overcut battlement. Next turn, I tap my battlement to add 10 mana." Uh, that's really hard to deal with.
Yes. Yes, every time against World's combo, the plan is if you see an overgrown battlement and you have a removal, you have to choose do you want to try to force the removal to not make your opponent create a board state that is like inevitable after that turn, or you have to wait to try to deal with the big threats that is coming after that. It is an important choice, and every time you have to choose wisely, because a bad choice in that moment could be a really game breaker.
That's for sure. Uh, the thing about Colgate is that the deck is really good if you understand the metagame and
Yeah,
if you know how to deal with your opponent. Has a lot of choices as a deck.
yeah,
Quite complex compared to other decks in the format and switch a lot from playing the role of a control deck to playing the role of an aggro deck.
yeah,
And also thanks to cards like Basilisk Gate, just to say.
yeah. Every
And
game you have to understand what's your role. What's your role? Because it change completely the strategy that you have to do during a game, and yeah, it's not easy. Pauper is not an easy format, so
lot of choices. So now I guess we are, yeah, there's already a Power Blast in
yeah.
Colgate's hand.
And also prismatic strand. That's a point.
That's a prismatic
Colgate,
stance and a guardian of the Guild Pact.
but no lands. No lands.
Lands are relevant in
Ah,
MTG.
yeah,
I guess.
I think the most important card in this game is land. So
Yeah, if you can
So-
play Black Lotus or
now there is a point in if you think about this matchup, if you think about Wolves combo, full oriented on combo, you have to sideboard out your prismatic strand because it not deals with the combo. But against this kind of Wolves cascade plus the combo, you cannot really side out every prismatic strand. So you are forced to keep some bad card against half of the strategy of your opponent.
Yeah, you are kind of forced to play wrongly
Yeah,
to prevent the opponent to killing you with the wrong side, wrong
Yeah.
part of their day attack.
yeah, that's a real point. That's a real point.
I'll be really tilted by something like that. I mean, while you're doing that, I can't play around everything. Just
Yeah.
choose the best way to kill me.
Now we can see that in the hand of Kogate, we can see all the way to create advantage. We have Squadron Oak plus Brainstorm and the Modern Age plus the Sacred Cut. So he now have to choose what's the best turn to play. But he can be back from this mulligan just playing the Squadron Oak and search for other 3.
Yeah, you can cycle
Yeah,
those Squadron Oaks with the Modern Age to get new and fresh cards. Let's see. There's a General Sand cycled on turn 1. So
yeah.
do you think there's again overhead battlement on turn 2 from the side of Wolves? That would be really really annoying, I guess.
I think so.
Battlement on turn 2, 3 games in a row, really annoying.
Yeah. And I didn't see any removals in the hand of Kogates, so we will see what's in this turn 2. Another battlement. Another
As
battlement. As Adepto wants. This is a nightmare for Kogates because we saw last round that every turn 3 with a mana dork, a big mana dork like that can be huge.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Huge. Because you can simply play pay 2 mana, play other 2 1 mana defender, and then add 3, play another spell, maybe Aquarion, and tap, and play a big threat, and it's a real nightmare for a deck like Kogate.
Yeah, after all,
Another
Wolves
tapper
combo-
land.
Wolves combo is dependent on resolving a battlement or X-Bane Guardian.
Absolutely,
Well,
yes.
Maybe not every time the Cascade version.
Oh, we have an answer. We have an answer.
We can do it.
Yes.
There's
So
an
now-
X-Bane Guardian.
So the third land
With
plus an X-Bane Guardian.
Battlement.
Another battlement. No,
Wall of Roots.
Wall of Roots.
Just a Wall of Roots.
Ah,
The weak wall played in Yagmoth combo.
yeah. Pay another mana. And 2 mana. Winding Way. Winding Way out of counterspell. 2 land. Moment piece. Wow,
Ah.
only 1 land. Only one card. Only 1 card. Only 1 single card. So that's
Variance.
not enough.
It's not going well until now for the Wolves combo player.
That's not enough to make your opponent worried about, I think. So-
Wolves can be quite explosive as a deck.
Yeah.
So if they let you the time to find their
Find
their card
the
advantage,
threats, yes.
or they mana ramp creatures,
Yeah.
they can still be
Wow.
able to overcome this situation
I think
and
so.
steal the game.
I think so. Now, he is recovering a lot of resources in hand by searching 3 Squadron Oak, but he has also the Modern Age to dig the turn after. So we will see if this is another free turn for Waltz combo to try to make advantage of a counter. So this is a really important turn.
As you can see, they fetched with Generous and
Yeah.
a gingerbread cabin, which is the green version
the
of Mystic Sanctuary.
Yeah, yeah, the food land.
They generate a food token. If they play it, it comes untapped, and that's a cute combo with Quirion Ranger
Yeah.
because being able to generate a food token every turn.
It's a
really
cool
cool.
card against in a meta of Mon-Red.
Yeah, but if you're game playing against Monred is
Yeah.
bouncing back the gingerbread cabin instead of winning.
Yeah, but still, it is a plan.
Yeah,
It is a plan.
I guess. So.
So another draw spell. Another draw
Wait,
spell.
Why they play the Dryad
Three.
before the Stampede? I mean, you can still
Yeah.
draw an overget battlement.
Yeah.
A little misplay, I guess.
So 4 cards. Finally,
well-
finally, I can say finally.
That's cool.
4 cards finally.
So Venus Grizzly, Tinderwall, Drift of Phantasm, and X-Bane Guardian.
Yes.
Grizzly is the
So we will
Free
see a lot
mana.
of actions from the next turn, because this turn I think it's okay. There is
they
one
also
other
playing the
mana,
Tinderwall, right?
Tinderwall, and I think that's all for this turn. So now the Colgate's player has to find some answer, maybe counterspell or also Trap and
Counterspell
Charm.
or a removal spell. to
Yeah,
kill
can be a
X-Bane
cool
Guardian.
card.
Well, right now with the opponent not having any Avenging Hunter or Annoyed Altisar, you just want to draw Basilisk Gate
Yeah,
and kill every mana generating creature.
yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no.
This can be a plan. This can
That's
be a plan.
Very straightforward at the game right now.
Because if you are able to counter every X-Bane Guardian, your opponent cannot combo off, and you may find the time to kill your opponent with flyers. So that can be the plan. So the first damage of
game.
this game 3 in this final.
It's dealt at turn 5.
Yeah. We have a
We have a very
19
aggressive,
turns
very aggressive start
clock.
from Colgate.
The race is from the Colgate side, so we will see if it will be enough, but a little bit slow, for now. But only one single Basilisk Gate can be really can close the game very
Yeah, I
quickly.
guess you need at least one Basilisk Gate.
Yes, I think so.
Talking about the Gingerbread Cabin, I really love to see in Pauper a deck featuring Sakura Tribe Scout, plus Quirion Ranger, and Kojo Familiar to loop off the Food Land and the Kojo Familiar, which is the Food Cat. So instead of having Witch Oven, you are building at home your own Witch Oven. But it requires too many creatures, and you also require mana base full of forest in a deck that is probably likely to need a black sacrificing card. So it is probably not really
not the best.
yeah,
Not the best.
not the best gameplay. Also because you need too many cards, and you are really doing anything relevant.
Yeah. We can see that the Waltz combo plays 2 big mana dorks or Overgrown Battlement and X-Bane Guardian. So from now, only one journey can be not enough, but you have for sure to exile the one that create colored mana.
Also because if they don't have Oracle Leaf Cooler, they can't generate infinite mana with Overgrowth Battlement.
Yeah, and I think that this list doesn't play that card.
And
just because it's not the full combo oriented.
Yeah, and that's really annoying from the Walls combo perspective, not having any way to combo off without X-Pen Guardian.
Absolutely, yes. So now the Waltz combo player, he is not on top deck mode because we know that in hand has a lot of good card, but he has not colored mana currently.
And they're probably gonna fetch it with the
So this is the like
Seeker.
demonic tutor
Yeah.
of Waltz combo. So he will search him maybe for an X-Bane, another X-Bane.
She will Sentinel give you a creature with Defender, and when you are able to fetch any mana regenerating wall or a Drift of Phantasm, because Drift is of course a creature with Defender,
Wow, there is a counter spell.
you can basically fetch everything from your deck with the Shubal Sentinel.
Wow.
And that is why this makes this artifact for mana creatures so good in the walls, at least the combo version.
Yeah, I feel like that in this final, both players are playing very, very well. They are trying to make every choice counting. So he's playing the Kogate player. He's playing very wisely. They will removal spells, also counter spells. So the opponent in the opposite side is trying to create every spots right to try to force every payoff.
All right, there is a
Try to resolve every payoff. So now he is able to try to cycle the
Drift of Phantasm.
the drift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And fetch another X-Bane Guardian. I mean, he just got the second copy of X-Bane Guardian countered by counterspell. So I suppose what they want most right now is indeed an X-Bane Guardian. They tap.
So now we heard
Probably.
that the round 1 of the Paupergeddon is starting. So we will start to cast the second round of this amazing event. So after that, we will have first the top Pauper player 2024, and then we will start with an amazing other tournament, 700 people. So it will be amazing. It will be amazing.
It is amazing.
Yes. We can see
Lead the Stampede.
latest Stampede
Ah,
over an
unexpected.
X-Bane. But I think it's right if you want to try to
Okay.
generate advantage, because
But in end, they have a Vivian Skrillsley. So
yeah,
Vivian Skrillsley is still quite good with Overgrowth Battlement, and they have a Moment's Peace in their graveyard.
yeah,
So from a point of view, it is maybe better to just fetch the X-Men Guard again.
wow,
Okay.
this is bad.
That's for sure.
This is bad.
Pay 6 mana, draw 1 card,
This is bad.
Breaking Bad.
This is Breaking Bad. Okay, the Waltz combo player is not very lucky in this final, because every draw spells draw like 1 card. So the second draw spells draw like 4 cards, but the first and the third was like only 1, and it is a real problem.
Well, that I guess is still open for Wolves, because they have a Vivian Grizzly hand, right?
Yeah,
So
and
unless Kogate is able to counter to kill the Grizzly with double Overgrowth Battlement and a Queer Ranger on the battlefield, you can generate a lot of card advantage. And by drawing that many cards, it's just a matter of time to draw an X-Bane Guardian, a Repeating Graves, or whatever. Yeah, you can draw a Repeating Graves with
wow.
Vivian Grizzly, but you can, for sure, draw a Drift of Phantasm,
Yeah,
fetching you a Repeating Graves.
that's for sure. That's for sure. In this moment,
That's for
the
sure.
Kogate's the Colgate player plays a Lorien revealed and go tap it out.
Yeah, time for
This
tip
is
trouble for
this
the
is
guest.
a huge signal. I have no answer. You can do what you want in this turn. So
Battlement.
another battlement. A single battlement can generate 6 mana plus the Queen and Ranger.
6 mana. They have 6 creatures with Defender of the battlefield, and there is the Spirit Bird. You know, this situation can become quite unbearable for Kogate.
Yeah, and he
Thanks to the
has
bear.
no Basilisk Gate to put pressure. So from now, every card,
Alberone.
wow. Every draw like this can be very tough to recover for Kogate. So now he
And
is also
meanwhile,
able to play that.
Meanwhile, they are generating a huge amount of food tokens thanks
Yes.
to the cabin.
Yes.
This is really funny.
Absolutely.
That's a decent payoff from playing Genocent. I say, yeah, will be even better to do the same thing with Lorien Revealed than Mystic Century. But, you know, that card is kind of banned in Pauper. And if I remember correctly, even in other formats, maybe Legacy, Modern is still legal. I don't remember. No, maybe it's banned in Modern and still legal in Legacy.
Yeah, I think. So now we can see that there are 5 artifacts on the artifacts. 4 clue,
Okay.
4 food, and one demonic tutor artifact creature with defender. So now
if they draw a fragmite, they can play it for free.
yes, that's the point.
It will become a free might.
So another simple defender that can add colored mana, so it's really important in this moment. So now the situation is bad for Colgate because every turn the Waltz combo player is able to generate a lot of advantage. So from now the situation is bad.
Mm-hmm.
Even with a counter spell, the point is Traven Charm. Traven Charm, but in response, the opponent can try to find some creature thanks to all the mana that he can generate.
One card, I guess.
Yeah.
So they're bouncing back the Gingerbread Cabin, untap Battlement. That's something.
So I think he's able to active 3 times.
I suppose one Overgrowth Battlement has Summoning Sickness.
Yeah.
So there's
you
can sacrifice the Tinderwall to generate mana.
Yeah.
They just don't want to do it. Well, they have maybe only 5 creatures with Defender. No.
But he draw a really good card, so...
Well, if they are able to keep the initiative, that's for sure.
Yes.
Can be also...
And there is also...
win condition.
I think so. And also there is the Ant that has Reach. So
And a Moment's Peace.
And a Moment Peace. So in this moment, initiative can be very strong.
It's really troublesome, for sure.
Very strong. Also, he is able to... That's for sure. And he is able to gain 12 life with food. So also it gains a lot of time.
Gingerbread Cabin is the real deal in this game. I wasn't expecting to see a final in this tournament where Gingerbread Cabin was the most valuable play.
Yeah. So no counterspell.
Ay.
So we start the game, the soft game of initiative. But this time it will not be a ping pong style like the other game, because there is a defender with reach. I call it a defender because I don't think that this ant will ever attack
Nah, there's no
in
reason
this
to attack.
game.
Yeah, you can untap it with
Yeah,
the Queer Ranger, but probably not gonna do that this turn. I mean,
yeah, I don't think
uh,
so.
anyway, you have a moment space in your graveyard, so
Yeah, also,
it is still quite decent.
I think so. I think so.
Attack.
So, do you think it's correct to start to put pressure with the ant?
From yeah, probably it is the right choice. You can still untap the ant during your opponent's turn, and
Okay.
you have 2 Overgrowth Battlement, so mana isn't an issue. You can you have a lot of lands on the battlefield,
yeah.
and you can easily start getting thermocasted
Yeah.
by your own Hero Ranger every turn. Yeah,
Look how many resources the Colgate has in hand, but no one can deal with the creature that there are on battlefield. You can see true red elemental blast, I think.
yeah. There's a couple Red Elemental Blast, which are
Yeah.
really useless right now.
There is also a
And,
counter spell.
A Red Elemental Blast is probably good only against a free card in against walls, which are Galvanic Alchemist,
Yeah.
Freed from the Real, and the third one is Secret Door.
Yeah.
I really like Secret Door. I mean, can be very much better compared to Vivian's Grizzly certain times. And probably in this metagame, Vivian's Grizzly isn't really great because there is a creature, blue creature, which costs the same amount of mana as Vivian's Grizzly, and it says tap 8 mana,
Yeah.
draw 2 cards. So is kind of better Vivian's Grizzly, but only if you play Walls combo over Walls Cascade.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
at least it is supposedly.
Because in Walls Cascade you have less amount of fixers.
Yeah. In Cascade Walls, you have Jasper Sentinel and also Oracle Leaf Cooler.
Yeah.
So you can more easily generate a lot of blue mana.
So, from now, he is starting to attack, and there is
Dun,
a
dun,
Prismatic
dun,
Strand.
Prismatic Strands.
Wow, what a game!
Yeah,
What a game!
a lot of unexpected things.
Yes, and he is able to gain also 1 life. Ah,
But, well, if I remember correctly, he,
Wow!
the red mana counter on that Seagate is the red energy stone from Force Will, the card game.
Yes, but I can say that the Walls combo players is very, very unlucky because for another time he played Winding Way and took only 1 creature and milled 2 land and another Winding Way. So this is very bad.
This is magic.
This is magic. This is the variance of magic that sometimes give you something and sometimes
I
sometimes
need
not.
an eternal witness, I guess.
Yes.
Wow, a lot of Lead Stampede on the graveyard.
But I feel bad for Perotti because it's very unlucky in this game.
Yeah, that normally you aren't struggling so much against against the Colgate.
But he is very professional and he is still in game, so
That's true.
he has to chill, he has to draw the right spell, he has to continue to put pressure, and maybe one day
One day we'll finally
we'll finally draw some good cards.
maybe someday we'll be able to deal enough damage to kill the opponent.
I think so, but that's a huge opportunity for Colgates. Okay.
Colgate is basically living the moments of his life right now.
I think so.
I suppose that this matchup is probably even harder for Kogate than playing against decks like Azurius Familiar,
Yeah, yeah.
or maybe even against Ponza, because okay, Ponza plays Thermocast, play Ulias Moss, and they also play a lot of the same creatures as Waltz Cascade,
Yeah.
right? But if Waltz Cascade, if Ponza can be unlucky with its draws, you can say the same thing as Waltz Cascade.
I think so.
And we are seeing a lot of clearly the Waltz Cascade isn't really lucky right now, but as well the Azurius Kogate doesn't really happen to be able to draw anything relevant because he has 3 copies of Pyroblast in its
Yeah.
hand, and is not even be able to find Basilisk Gate to put pressure on the battlefield. So doesn't really have anything relevant.
No, I think that the best card to draw for Waltz combo could be Reaping the Graves.
Yeah, that's sure. I mean, they play Reaping the Graves, right?
I think so. I think so.
Placed in the sideboard.
I think so. But now we can see how the initiative continue to create advantage. I will search later.
Someone give Reaping the Graves to that man.
So now every turn we can see. I saw before that in the hand of Kogate there is another prismatic strand. So he was right to keep this card on main deck. So he started to generate also a lot of treasures. So now. But he is missing of this Basilisk Gate. It is, I think, for maybe the most important card to try to make pressure, to start to make pressure and end this game before the opponent starts to draw well.
Yeah. Just a game of boot up decks better right now.
Yeah. Yeah, they should play if they are on transformation side. I think so.
All right. A lot of Squadron Oaks. So now a Trap and Charm can deal 10 damage.
The Trap and Charm can deal 10 damage.
Mm-hmm.
10 damage.
Yeah, that's probably the most fitting deck for Trap and Charm.
Yeah.
At least among the competitive decks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can play even in decks like White Winnie or Azurius Fairies.
Azorius Fairies, yes.
At the top Pauper player, someone played Mono Blue Fairies, splashing white for 4 copies of Trap and Charm. And the funny thing of this is that that Fairies deck list faced the Altar Throne, and he exiled 2 copies of Mirror Retriever.
Yeah.
Trap and Charm was really something I look at a lot of after learning of that.
So another prismatic strand. And I think that he's trying to kill some creature during the battle, during the combat.
Cool part about prismatic strands is that you can use it even as a removal spell
Yeah.
in a reactive way, because or even an aggressive way if your opponent is blocking your creatures and you have enough mana and your creatures aren't big enough, because you prevent not the combat damage but the damage, all the damage from a source, from all the sources of the color you choose. So for that reason, colorless creatures are very good against prismatic strands, like Mirror Enforcer or Writing Chrysalis.
Yeah. Now I feel like if the Kogate player will draw a counter spell and stay open from now to like forever,
They draw a Basilisk Gate.
Finally, he will be able to win this game.
Yeah, I suppose.
Now there are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gates on board, so the Squadron Oak is an 8-8. It's huge.
Bigger than Uro.
Bigger than Uro, yes, but the
Or
Uro of
Euro.
Pauper, Euro of Pauper is the Sacred Cut.
Yeah, you know, the Italian version of Euro is spelled not U-R-O, but U-Y-R-O, because supposedly you should call it Euro.
Okay.
And that's really weird, because we are... I mean, from my point of view, I mostly... I mostly use cards in English, especially since I mostly play it on Magical Line. So having a card changing the name or the way that their name are written is kind of pretty weird.
Yeah.
What is
Now, there is
Ah,
the
initiative.
ultimate
The
of
ultimate.
initiative.
it? There's no creature, seems like. Oh, wow.
Ah!
Guardian.
The Guardian.
And the Secret Cat. They choosing the Guardian over the Secret Cat for an obvious reason.
Now, this Guardian is a 5,
Five in
6.
Well, you can't really block Guardian if you don't have Shield Wall Sentinel.
Yeah.
So
And there is only one.
only one Shield Wall Sentinel, and I guess next turn they are gonna going face with Guardian.
Now the point is, dig for the second Basilisk Gate and start to put a lot of pressure and end the game on something like true turn. That's the plan, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's the hope. He is discarding a gate and
What they're doing?
5 mana, maybe a
tapping
Lorien revealed.
Another Lorien revealed.
Ah, okay.
They're generating another token.
Okay.
Okay, because they did not attack with anything.
So
No, they played.
they forgot
Lorien
to put
revealed.
dice on it.
Alright.
So draw 3 card. Another Basilisk
alright.
Gate. And here we go.
Seems like the game is going pretty well with Killgate.
Yeah, I think
For the
that
Killgate
in
player.
this turn you have to pay attention and stay open to at least one counter. And from the next turn, you will be able to put the pressure that you need.
They're attacking with just one Square Oak. Well,
Yeah.
there's a General Sent on the battlefield. So the whole point of General Sent here is providing a way to block the Killgate flying creatures, because he's kind of huge as
He
a
has
blocker.
blocking. Wow.
All right.
All right.
Blocking, because thanks to the presence of Guardian of the Kill Pact, they probably think that there is no reason to not champ block the Squadron Oak, because anyway, you are forced to champ block for at least one turn before taking directly the damage.
Yeah.
And if you champ block with the Shield Wall Sentinel, then probably you aren't able to find another Shield Wall Sentinel. And maybe you have more changes to find a creature with reach, like another General Sent, or Duke Grabbleford.
Yeah, I mean, only finding a blockers is not a plan for Waltz combo at this point, but still, you have to gain all the time that you can. But at this point, if you
You're
search
trying to
only
survive until you find.
yes,
something
the
relevant.
point is, if you want to win, you have to play in order to find a way to win, not to just survive.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
in this case, a lot of roads are only to survive. So that's why maybe the game could be considered over from now.
Well, in reality, I think that the best outcome for Wolves here is to draw Valakut Invoker, because you can start killing the creatures from Kogate, from the Kogate side of the table. I mean,
Yeah, but not Guardian.
not Guardian, yeah, but you can block it for one turn, and you can eventually also just burn your opponent instead of killing its creatures. I mean, if you have enough mana, you can clearly start killing your opponent or trying
Yeah.
to kill your opponent. So there's a Tuk-Tuk Rebel Fort. Maybe they have another red mana.
As the
red
chat
colored,
says, Invoker plus no counter spell for your opponent is the only plan, is the only out
Yeah.
in this moment.
I think so.
Because we know that in the hand of Kogate there are two red elemental blast, so the combo is not an option at this point.
Yeah, that's for sure. And right now, probably for the best for of Kogate is activating a Basilisk Gate, the first Basilisk Gate on Squadron Oak, and the second one on the Guardian of the Guild Pact.
Yeah.
So you distribute your damage, forcing your opponent to choose between losing one or two creatures or casting Moment's Peace from the graveyard.
I think so. So now, what do you think is the best choice to pump with Basilisk Gate, the Guardian or a Flyers?
I'll go for both the Guardian and the Flyer.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Could be fair. Fair
yeah,
enough.
I mean, I know that.
Okay.
All right. So there's no choice here. You
There is
just
no
go-
choice. All right.
They also kill the Tukerable Fort to prevent them from taking X-Men Guardian.
Okay.
And, well, I guess we go for Squadron Oak, or just Squadron Oak, and attack with
Yeah.
Squadron Oak. I mean, there's no more General Sent on the battlefield, so
Yes.
you can freely attack with all your flying creatures.
Yes, yes, yes. I think that from this point you have just to double pump some creature and then stay open for. There is the third.
Another copy of Basilisk Gate seems like. Yeah, and
Yes,
that's game
yes,
over.
yes. So Leda is now the champion of the
Congratulations,
top
Leda, you
Pauper
won.
player 2024. We will try to steal this guy here and
We see, for a later interview with the winner and his opponent eventually.
yeah. It will be an amazing match.
Leda will be crowned with
Yes, with a small crow. So
Senior
and
Dyson.
after that, we will start with the second
Yeah,
round
main
of
event, the
Paupergeddon
Paupergeddon.
Pisa, the spring
And
edition 2024.
yeah.
It will be an amazing other tournament like this.
This one is the official playmat for this spring edition in Pisa.
It is drawn by RK Post.
RK Post. Yeah.
Amazing artist.
You can buy it at the location, see it by the artist also.
Yes. Yes. This is amazing. This is amazing.
That was on
So
playmat for
with
sure.
with that amount of Ponza in
You are
in the room,
Colgate winning the whole event.
Yes.
That's amazing.
this is a real point. I
Yeah,
think.
I mean that Colgate players for sure didn't think of facing so many pawns a deck in the room. So imagine thinking, yeah, I play Colgate. I mean, it is well positioned against Affinity, and no one plays decks like pawns anymore or walls anymore because they are very bad against Greases. Instead, they got to face that many pawns and even walls combo in reality because Wolf's Cascade was no. In reality, Wolf's Cascade was played only by 3 people in yesterday tournament, and out of 3 people, 2 of them got in the top 8. So it was clearly the wisest choice in the perceived metagame
Yeah.
yesterday.
I always say that Colgate is maybe one of the most consistent deck of the metagame. So I'm happy for that result.
Yeah,
I'm happy.
that's kind of a good top 8. Is showing well the metagame. And yeah, you can say that even Punza as a competitive deck isn't really great because it's really tiring to play against Punza even a single time. Imagine playing.
But he played
more
a lot
times
of
for-
Spell Pierce. Spell Pierce is maybe the best strategy.
Yeah, because if you survive those
Yeah.
few turns out of Thermocast or Muliesmos, then the land denial doesn't really
Yeah,
matter.
the real
Fair.
problem
Well.
is the early game. If you survive the early game, you are able to fight against this kind of deck.
Yeah, something like every deck can
It's not
be
easy,
really
but
weak in the early game against Ponza. But if they don't have a decent start and if you have answers, you can overcome that dire situation.
so
And I guess there's a little break right now.
yes.
Yeah.
So we will take a little break and then we will be back. I don't know if the second round of the Paupergeddon of the interview of the finalists.
Okay.
Okay, we have.
And we have here
Hello.
Leda with Colgate and
It works. Okay.
Hello everyone. Non funziona.
Yeah.
Does
It works.
Oh,
It works.
Okay, fine. Hello everyone.
So you are the
congratulations.
top power player 2024.
Yeah.
How was the final?
Very thought matchup. I know my opponent played Wolves from yesterday. Today during the breakfast I saw the streaming just
Yeah.
to collect some information. And I was a bit afraid because it's a difficult matchup for
Yeah.
Cowgate. In G1, I was full of hopes because the Cascade version, in my opinion, is easier to manage than the combo version because Cowgate can use prismatic strengths and steal the initiative.
Yeah.
And in fact, during G1, I won in this way. I don't know. I didn't know if they switched from the initiative plan to the combo plan. I think so, but in the doubt, I didn't know how to side properly because if they switch to the combo version, you want to side out the strengths basically and put the red elemental blast and pyroblast. But if they decide to use again the initiative plan, this is a terrible way to side. And so the side during G2 was strange. I put the Hydroblast to manage the boarding party, but I think they sided out all the cascade spells.
Yeah.
And also I can destroy or counter better their finisher if they play the red one. But they also played the wall finisher, so it was useless. I probably should play a counter spell in a different way during G2 because I decided to destroy their Avenging Hunter with Revenge Charm instead of lose the initiative for that turn and remaining open with a counter spell on the possible Winding Way and such spells. And probably I lose the game in that spot.
Yeah, but there were lots of lines, so
yeah.
Pauper is not an easy format for that. So
No.
we are happy for that. What do you think? It's great to win in a meta of Ponza with Colgate.
I was very lucky yesterday because the only Ponza I met was during turn 7, and I was 5-0 after turn 5. So the last 2 matches were 2 intentional draws.
Yeah.
And my opponent was very nice to decide to not to play in a very favorable matchup for them.
A little bit of luck is always
Needed.
good.
Yeah.
So you are the top Pauper player 2024.
Yeah.
So you
Wow.
deserve this crown.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Oh,
And
well,
now you have
in
the
reality,
playmat of the winner.
you have a
Wow.
better, you have a better trophy than that little crown.
Okay.
So,
The crown is falling down.
Also, you have the trophy.
Wonderful.
okay. And a playmat. Copiamo Mirko, che è brutto.
Amazing. I don't know what to say. It's a very great emotion.
So you have now the eternal glory as the Pauper, the top Pauper player. So you now can return at home and say, "Hey mom, I'm
I'm the top Pauper player for
I'm
this
ma-
year.
I'm the
Fine.
king." And yes,
Yes.
you deserve it.
Thank
Congratulations.
you very much. Hello everyone. Play
So-
Pauper.
We will have a short break and then we will be back with the PauperGeddon tournament. 700 people will fight to take the crown of this new event.
Yeah, the biggest Pauper event in the world.
See you
Later.
soon.